Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to not this. This would be awesome. No, this I have this up because we were talking about branching before we got started, as I was letting the viewers vote on what we were going to do build-wise. So, welcome to the sequel to Age of Decadence. For those of you who remember that run, we've actually already streamed that game. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's a post-Oblivion line game, so it's a current run. That's nice. This is same dev, same overall concept, completely different setting, I'm pretty sure. It's just another game set within the developer's purview or whatever. But the reason I brought this up was because I just very, very quickly, for the VOD watchers, who are awesome as a reminder, I feel like a lot of people don't understand what branching means, and I wanted to show what branching means. Red, green, and purple, each of those are endings, endpoints. So you can just see at a glance the colors there and show how many different possible endings are. Orange is, of course, a decision. And yellow is not. And there you go. There's your color code right there. Boom. And this is what branching actually looks like. And as you can see, it's kind of infeasible to do this kind of thing in most video games, which is why it's so rare that we actually cover a game that does that. Now, today's apparently will not be quite as branchy as Age of Decadence was, which had a ton of branching in it. But the way I've described Age of Decadence before was, imagine a choose-your-own-adventure game with stats. And that was something that I honestly really engaged me, despite some of the jank issues we had with it. So, without further ado, let's actually see how the game itself runs. But before we go any further, I don't want to forget to say shoutouts and thank yous. Is it possible to have too much branching? I don't see how, but I can't say no. So I'm going to go with I don't think so, and we'll stick with that. Like, if there's an issue with too much branching, there's probably another unrelated issue that actually isn't the branching. Either way, this has actually been funded for a minute. We were going to play this last year, but they had a big update in November, I wanted to say. So, shoutouts and thank you to Blade Traval, Bragwin, Dame Celeste, Ect, Frieza, Game Geek, Jesse's Mask, Judo Joker, Lord Haramont, Mizuno Speedruns, Mr. Red, Noctis Sex Soul, Savacom, TSB, Vigilant, and Diddy, and both the person who put this on the list and our majority shareholder, Roatia. Thank you all very, very much for your support and for making this happen. Okay, now I'm having issues with the game. Give me 1 second. Come on. Work with me here. Work with me. Hey, there we go. How old is this game? It came out 2 years ago. It was actually pretty recent. As a lot of these tend to be. We've actually been covering several recent games lately. Well, yeah, Warp Core, but once again, that's not too much branching. That's other unrelated issues that are making it worse by virtue of branching. Hang on, we've got an audio issue, which I can't fix, of course not. And I can't fix that either. So this is just one of those games where we're just going to have muted every now and again. What, I don't trust CD Projekt Red, and that's my answer to that, Sub-Zero. I agree with you, but I don't trust them. This too loud? Really? This is too loud? Okay. How's that? Is my volume down locally? Nope. That's confusing. So I know you don't care, but from my perspective, this is so quiet I can barely hear it right now. Like, I can hear it, but it's literally quieter than the fan, which you can't hear right next to me. By contrast, Eastward was substantially louder than this, and nobody complained about the audio in there except for the mini-game, obviously. So, that's confusing, but whatever. It's probably exporting the audio differently. I've noticed that some games do that. New game. So, difficulty options. Underdog is the default difficulty mode. Integrated into the setting, the world is harsh, dying is easy, and you aren't a hero, all caps, who can easily kill everyone who stands in your way. You might have to walk away from fights you can't win, make decisions a true hero wouldn't, and master the combat system just to even the odds. It's the best way to experience the game. Hero is the easy mode, designed to maximize your chances to win fights and reduce frustration. You wouldn't have to back down or worry about the odds, instead you'll just have a good time, kick some ass like a true hero should. That's your preferred playstyle. This mode's for you. Also custom. So, skill gain bonus, accuracy bonus, how long it takes before you die after you go down to 0 health, how good your starting gear is, enemy accuracy penalty, enemy accuracy when party melt health is low, excuse me, and critical chance limit. So just out of curiosity. So if we put it all the way over here, just to see what Underdog looks like. So no bonus, no bonus. You have 3 turns before you're dead. No starting gear. No accuracy penalty to the enemies. No accuracy penalty when you're low on health. And no limit to the enemy crit chance. Little bit of gradients. Some of these have 3 options. 5 turns, 7 turns. This is actually pretty good. This is pretty good difficulty options. Let's mute the game because that's going to happen a lot every single time I alt tab. I hate that. That is such a huge pet peeve of mine. Sometimes when I'm playing a game like off camera and it mutes when you alt tab, I just mute the whole game. Screw it. I just mute the whole game and walk away from it. No, I'd say 2 positives. The fact that we have 2 pre-baked options, the fact that we can choose in between them, the fact that they're well described. No, this is a double positive, because also the difficulty options themselves are good. Like, imagine for a moment, because I'll tell you what a 1 positive would be. Picture this, okay? So, hero mode is easy, hard mode is hard. But then you could custom, and you find out that all it is health and, like, damage. And that's it. And that's it. That's the variance. So let's do. Let me think about this for a second. Oh yeah, or if it was just a toggle between easy and hard, but had good difficulty options, that might be a single positive. But this much gradient and the default options. Yeah, no, that's a double. Easy double. Alright, so let's go ahead and penalize the enemy when we're low on health. Let's give us a little breather, okay? We're not going to limit their crit chance. We're not going to limit their accuracy in general. We will not give ourselves better starting gear. We will not give ourselves better death timer. I think we will give ourselves a bit of an accuracy bonus and a bit of a skill. No, we're going to crank the skill bonus because that's just padding at that point. So we get double skill bonus, some accuracy, 3 turns before death, no better initial gear, no accuracy penalty unless we're low on health, and no crit limit. Under hero. I'd play that. So there's actually 3 accuracy options, J. Palmer, so I'm not sure I understand your question. So instead, I'll just go through all 3 of them. And remember to actually send out my post on Blue Sky. 1, Kennex Cow. I pull up Blue Sky and the first thing I see is a cat. Hero dog. He's just the goodest boy. Yeah, all I'm going to say about that, Kinnick's cow, Harvard. If you know, you know. So, to answer Jay Palmer's. So, this accuracy bonus is exactly what it sounds like. It increases our accuracy. Adds an accuracy bonus to the player's party and increases minimum chance to hit after the enemy's defenses are taken into account. Hero gives a 30%, minimum to chance hit is 30%. Underdog gives no bonus, minimum to hit chance is 5%. You'll need to use all the tools at your disposal, which includes attacking the legs, disabling enemies' gadgets, countering smoke grenades with thermal vision, flanking enemies in cover, and focusing on raising your weapon skills and combat feats. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Harvard, and I never have been, but wow! Way to attack the hornet's nest. Enemy accuracy. Decreases the enemy's accuracy to boost your survival chance. On Underdog, the enemies get no accuracy penalties, and you'll need to use different tools to avoid them, such as attacking their arms, using smoke grenades, and thermal vision and gadgets. This one is just decreases the enemy's accuracy even further when one of your party members is under half health. This setting will help your party survive much longer. That's the three options. I think I'm happy with this. What do you think, Croatia? Am I stupid? Am I trying too much? Is it too high? Are we about to die? Is this gonna fly? Like, I don't want to cry. But you can't deny. That's true. I am stupid and worthless. I mean, I'll be honest, my knee-jerk thought is to crank it down to hero, but Croatia did mention that this is not as horrifically brutal as Age of Decadence. I'm admittedly going off of Age of Decadence, which, in case you didn't hear me 3 seconds ago, was horrifically brutal. If this was just Age of Decadence, I would crank everything to hero and walk away from it, because I ain't putting up with that. Okay, Croatia's dead. We're just gonna go with it. Boop. New character. Sure, Jay Palmer. There's an achievement in Age of Decadence for dying to the very first combat encounter in the game. It's easy to get. Up. There we go. That, yep. Well, maybe not. Hang on. Sure. I don't care about that. Synthesis. Okay, so you said stealth. So we're gonna crank Dex, crank. Okay, real quick. I do like character creation. It's not very cosmetic. In fact, this is it for... Can you see my mouse? This is it for cosmetics. It's not great. It's whatever. Oh, hang on. We've got to do a custom portrait. But one thing I like, and several games do this, this is not alone in this, is as you fill out the sheet, it does it live updates what that effect has on your stats, derived stats, and on your feats over there, what feats are available. It's not super amazing. I don't want to overpraise it, but I do like it when games do exactly this. Okay, so hang on. Where was that? That is in... Yes, everyone can now see my username on my computer is actually Runner. You have ousted me. My real name is Runner. Data, local, Colony ship game. There it is. Saved. Portraits. Oh, it's not even here. Okay, so. Portraits. It wants a PNG and it wants it to be 130 by 155. I can do that. Yeah, as Carol White Noise points out, 48% achievement rate on the achievement for dying in the first encounter says a lot. Now, some of those might be people going for it on purpose, but no, it really is indicative of the kind of game that is. Hang on, I'll show females in a second. Hang on. You're so impatient. 130 by 155. There we go. All right. So that's a vertical image. It is a vertical image. So let's see. I have actually Jay Palmer, and I am aware of it. Yes, it's actually not that new. I'm curious if there's anything substantial that changed about it for him to do another video about it, or a new video about it. Excuse me. Let's see. So we could just do the lore coin, obviously, my symbol, but let's do something a little different. Let's do something very appropriate. Here we go. There we go. Oh, yeah. And then, hang on. I need one other thing. Give me a sec. So patient, God. I thought about anime lore, but I got a better idea. Well, I think it's a better idea, which means it's probably actually a worse idea. You know how that works. I apologize for the silence. The game mutes while you're all tapped. I don't know what you want from me. You know what? No, let's undo that. Boop, boop. And then boop. And then boop. Right? Boop. There we go. Okay, we have booped. Oh, absolutely, Sub-Zero. Now, I've encountered some very unpleasant people on the internet, and I've been on the internet since the 80s, so yeah, I don't particularly enjoy the idea of my personal info being out there. Strange, I know. There we go. I think this is turbo appropriate. And no one's going to agree with me, and I don't even care. All right, so... PNG should be fine. All right. Put this here. Actually, no, Jay Palmer. Although, off the top of my head, don't ask me the difference because I don't remember off the top of my head. Forgive me. I'd have to refresh myself on that. It's like the difference between an MPEG and an MPEG, if you're familiar with that. Okay, let's see if that worked. Behold! I think that's appropriate. Oh man, if we get like any kind of vehicle in this game, you know we gotta call it the Mako now. Okay, so let's see. What are we doing? Dexterity at 10. Intellect at 10. Love you, Croatia. Charisma at 8. And that's it. Yeah, that's our build. So we're gonna tag. What are we tagging? Okay, so we want Mastermind, apparently. So tag in Mastermind, which gives us free feats at levels 2, 6, and 10, and a 25% experience bonus. I'll take it. I mean, if you've actually rewatched the clip anytime recently, Croatia, I actually overrode the mic. Like, it hit the peak of the mic, and I have a program to prevent it from actually peaking, but you can hear the mic kind of start to fizz out because I was that excited about making it. That's up to you guys, Jay Palmer. That's not my call. Remember, you can nominate stuff for the LGAs all year this year, which is such a great idea. I can't believe we've never done it before. I really am the stupidest of all people. All right. Okay, so Mastermind. We need to tag Computer, Stealth, Lockpick, and Persuasion. Computer, come on. There we go. Computer. I'm blind. There's Lockpick. There's Persuasion. And I guess Sneak is actually what it means. There we go. Tag, 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 tag. Listen, Jay Palmer. Jay Palmer is officially smarter than me. I guess that's actually it. At level 2, we'll take Prowler or Ghost, which will give us what? I'm actually curious here. We're gonna get educated at one point. Retroactively gain increased experience. Nice. That makes sense. That means it's changing the experience chart itself. So there's Ghost, which is -1 to noise generation per tile. And Prowler, which is sneaking increased by 5. Yellow tile range increased to 30. And then we'll take Educated. Hang on. I think that's kind of it at the moment, right? Oh, no, we can raise something by points. Well, we're supposed to not kill people. We're supposed to avoid combat. We're probably going to deliberately get in combat early on and die. So, let's see. Oh, gosh, I don't know. Let's go ahead and raise Streetwise by 1. Or actually, you know, we should actually just raise everything. Just tag, shouldn't we? That's what it really wants us to do. Just crank all that to 4. Yeah, that's probably what it wants. Okay. Oh, sorry. Females. There we go. Ahem. So, female options. Group photoshops. I'm kidding. They're decent photoshops. That's it? There's 3 female faces. I guess there's only 3 guy faces, too. So 9 female faces. Hang on, there we go. Interesting, Croatia. What are you guys picked stealth? I'm gonna go with stealth. Oh. It is the year of our Lord 2754. The mission above all! You will never feel the sun's warmth under a blue sky. You will never hear the wind of the branches of a tree, and you'll never swim in the ocean. Because you had the misfortune to, wait, what? Hang on. Game. God. Remember what we did. Meh. Okay. New. Hunter. Dexterity. Crank int. Like that. Sneak. Boop. Lockpick. Boop. Persuasion. Boop. Computers. Boop. Take two. You'll never feel the sun's warmth under a blue sky. Never hear the blah, 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 blah. You've never seen Earth. You'll never see Proxima Centauri either. Your past and future both sacrificed by some dim and nameless ancestor for the greater good of the mission. For the greater good! Starfarer, they called her. A pretty name for a retrofitted interplanetary freighter. She'd already been 20 years in service when she was rechristened, and showing every minute of it. No one is certain the ship will actually reach its destination. Nobody much cares, since no one alive now will live to see it. Fatalism is the prevailing philosophy of the shipborne. Make the best life you can and consign all your what-ifs and might-have-beens to the void. Yeah, that's already extremely depressing. This is exactly what I was talking about. Like, congratulations, you're in the middle of a generation ship. You didn't choose this, and you will never profit from it. Congrats. There is no hope. Abandon everything. Yeah, honestly, I'll be completely frank. I'm astonished anybody actually survives to make it there, because the mass suicides. No joke. Just mass suicides. Or even, yeah, blow the ship up. Or stop maintaining the ship. Because, I mean, why bother? Why bother maintaining the ship? I'm not going to get there. Anyways. Very Eastern European. I actually don't know. Where are these devs from? Hang on a sec. Seriously, is Maristar. Here we go. This is by Iron Tower Studio. If they're from Texas, I'm going to laugh. I just want you to know that. Yeah, so there's Dungeon Rats. Yep, yep. There's Age of Decadence. Uh-huh. And there's this one, but where are you? Okay. That's wearing it on your sleeve. Iron Tower Studio is a premier destination for all your hardcore RPG needs, proudly serving 0.003% of the global gaming market since 2015. The remaining 99.997% need not apply. I get what they're going for, but that would immediately turn me off to this, which is a shame, because I actually liked Age of Decadence, but, like, come on, guys. They're from Ukraine! Oh my god! Yeah, okay. So, answer a few questions. The ship was launched by a neo-Christian conglomerate dedicated to establishing a religious colony on a distant world. The original 50,000 passengers, the so-called first generation, were true believers in the mission. They sacrificed whatever lives they had on Earth and demanded strict obedience to the laws of God and ship from their children. Unfortunately, the generations that followed lacked their forebears' fervent will to sacrifice. Dissatisfaction led to open revolt against the authorities, called the Mutiny, capital M, and the mutiny metastasized into a civil war. While the mutineers dealt a decisive blow to the old order, they did not eradicate it completely. Okay. When the fires died and the smoke finally dissipated, three factions emerged from the wreckage of the old order. The protectors of the mission, the Brotherhood of Liberty, and the Church of the Elect. All of them are evil. I mean... Cool. So, here's our opinion on that. Rebelling against the ship authority was a mistake. The environment itself is hostile enough to human life, and order is always preferable to chaos. Option 2. The mutineers did the right thing. Why should the shipborne blindly bow to the edicts of their centuries-dead ancestors? Option 3. Though they would deny it, the mutineers were fulfilling God's plan when they toppled the old order. All shipborne bend to God's will, just as all events proceed according to his plan. Option 4. Who cares? God, I got enough problems right now with fighting over history with a bunch of fanatics. Tempted by option 4, I'm not going to lie. Oh my god, that's it! This was all part of the jailer's plan. Yeah, I like 4. I like 4. In fact, you would go on to say, the farther they stay away from you, the better. Revolutions have never lightened the burden of tyranny, they've only shifted it to another shoulder. Oh, that's bleak. We cut off one Hydra head, yet 3 more tickets placed. Next time we'll do it right. Pull out the knife. Too much bleak. I'm getting bleak overdosed. We haven't even started the game. I'm getting bleak overdosed. Ugh. I can't encourage the bleak, okay? I can't right now. I just can't. Yeah, so, yeah, dictator, anarchist, zealot, or apathy. If 2 is true, then every human should commit suicide immediately, Sub-Zero. As you might imagine, I do not consider 2 to be true. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna go with 3. The ship suffered extensive damage during the Civil War, but remains operational. The hull was breached in several places, and frantic efforts to avoid a meltdown crippled the main reactor. Radiation increased in places to lethal levels, and several areas remain dangerous to this very day. When a small percentage of children in the habitat were first born deformed, they were branded mutants and immediately shunned. The young were abandoned, and those whose defects didn't manifest until later were driven out. With the condition... Yes, that's what the jailer's there for, Linareth. With the condition of the fusion reactor degrading to dangerous levels, and the number of volunteers for jobs in areas exposed to radiation remaining few, the mutants negotiated a pact with the habitat, granting them protection from harassment and violence in exchange for their maintenance of the engines and other vital ship systems. You always thought that... Mutants are an abomination, the sight of God. We should have eliminated that twisted kind when we had a chance. Or, the mutants proved themselves useful by taking care of the reactor. Who better to be exposed to radiation than those already affected by it? Or, we are all God's children, even those with webbed fingers or deformed faces. Are you so beautiful that you can shun them? Or, in saving the ship, they saved the world as we know it. That debt can never be repaid. If anything, we need to embrace the possibility of mutations as critical to our survival in a strange new world. Or, ostracizing fellow humans based on genetic differences is wrong. End statement. 5. The place you call home is known as the Pit, and, to some, more affectionately as the Free City. Calling the towers of containers rising from the depths of a cargo hold a city is a bit of a stretch, and so is the other half of it. With no kind of law or government, freedom mostly means you're free to kill or be killed. The plus side, housing's cheap, and keeping overhead low is a priority when you have nothing. The real city, a metropolis sprawling out across many decks, is called the Habitat. It offers much better living conditions for those who can afford it, but to live there you have to pick a side amongst the factions vying for control. Nobody in the Pit gives a damn about their struggles, but like Earth before it, nothing in this world's free. Just keep in mind, you might get more than what you signed up for. As far as you're concerned. 1. Of course, Warp Core, stab! True freedom means being free from the laws passed down by your supposed betters, or some kind of rules are necessary, or will descend into anarchy. Or, if freedom means living in an interplanetary shipping container and sleeping with a gun under your pillow, these Pit dwellers can keep it. Or, freedom is a luxury the shipborn cannot afford. To serve the state is to serve your brother, to serve your sister, and to serve yourself. Why can't these fools understand that? Sorry, what? Yeah, my country, right or wrong. Mostly wrong, because countries are pretty much universally wrong. All humanity must respond to a single throne, and from that throne, I will watch over you. Sorry, what? Yeah, I'm leaning towards 2 or 3. That's right, it's Ace Combat Zero all over again. We must give in to a world without borders. Hate that bookstore. They actually robbed me. That's actually a true statement. They literally robbed me. And it took me literal years to fix it. Yeah, we're the Terrans. This is in progress. We're on the way to StarCraft. The Caprula sector is our destination. We'll go 2. We'll go nice and measured. The ship is en route to Proxima B, an Earth-like planet orbiting Proxima Centauri. Oh no, I've played this game. We're going to get there. There's going to be these worms. They're going to make you gouge out your eyes. It's going to be awful. After launch, a deep space probe transmitted a highly detailed images of the surface, which revealed one minor setback. This very habitable world is already inhabited. What? We sent a generational ship to an inhabited planet that we knew was inhabited. Since the voyage is estimated to take close to 400 years, it's possible that by the time the ship... This is horrible. It's possible that by the time the ship arrives... Are you sure? I'll believe you, Croatia, but nothing here indicates that we found that out afterwards. Anyways, after launching a deep space probe, blah, 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 blah. Since the voyage is estimated to take close to 400 years, it's possible that by the time the ship arrives, the colonists will encounter a mature civilization, corresponding to Earth's late Middle Ages. So, option 1. What's the setback? Though unanticipated, slaves will provide an excellent resource for the colony. Whoosh, whoosh. Option 2. We'll make every effort, within reason, to accommodate these savages, setting aside clearly demarcated zones for them to pursue their own lives. Option 3. We must make every effort to live in harmony with the New World's native sons and daughters and learn all we can from them. Option 4. We'll be guests in the New World, living amongst local population and accepting their cultures and traditions as our own. That's a gradient. I'm leaning towards 3. Although I do like option 1. Yes! Slaves! Slaves! Yeah. Sorry, I had a bit of Sith stuck in my throat there. It kind of does feel like that, Von Falkenstein. No, we're going to go with 3. As inevitably happens in the dark and challenging times, some people turn to God for reassurance, the promise of an end to pain and hunger, or feeling an end, at least a purpose. The Church of the Elect rejected both the protectors of the mission and the Brotherhood of Liberty as worldly fools, distracted by politics and their own egos, teaching their adherents that they were the chosen by the God Emperor of mankind. The Church frames the journey of the ship as a centuries-long test of faith. We will face the warp, yes, but with a very definite end. When the ship arrives at her destination, Judgment Day awaits every citizen. Righteous will be welcomed into the promised land, and the unrepentant will be returned to the hell from which we fled, which apparently Earth is hell, to suffer for all eternity. Option 1. Religion is the opium of the people. Isn't that a direct quote by Napoleon? Option 2. It doesn't matter if God exists. People need to believe in something bigger than themselves. Marx. Okay, excuse me. Option 3. Faith has always been mankind's greatest strength and defining trait. We must preserve it at all cost. Option 4. Honor ye who was reborn, and you too shall be reborn into the new world that awaits at the end of our long journey. Come the dawn! Okay, so our options here are severe cynic, cynic. I don't know what option 3 is. I don't even know what to go with that. Or total zealot. I don't like any of these options. I have no idea what no. Yeah, we're not going with 4, and we're not going with 1. Again, gun to head. If I wanted to kill myself, I would have already done it. Twice. See, the problem is, I disagree. Faith is not mankind's greatest strength. It's actually empathy. Yeah, I'll go with 2. The Protector's one truth is the mission.
The sole way to ensure successful completion of the mission is to follow the old ways. Ways of the fathers, forefathers, founding fathers, are together the beam on which the ship travels to our ultimate destination. The mutiny, which through their steadfast and timely intervention was thankfully aborted, was the ultimate betrayal of the old ways of everyone who had come before, the nullification of every sacrifice, every life dedicated to the mission. Sworn to regain control of the ship, the Protectors will subjugate anyone who threatens this mission. Over the last century, they have managed to expand their enclave somewhat, but the Brotherhood is deeply entrenched. To overcome them with violence would result in massive loss of life, an unfortunate consequence which itself would endanger the mission. Option 1. Instead of embracing the future, the Protectors are clinging to the long-gone past. They're a problem, not the solution. Option 2. The Protectors should be more flexible if they want to attract more people to the cause. Option 3. Protectors are right about one thing. The mission is more important than our petty struggles. If it fails, all this sacrifice was for nothing. Option 4. Born and raised on old Earth, the Founding Fathers are wiser than any shipborn. How can we question the path they laid out for us? The Founding Fathers knew everything and were perfect and godlike in every way. Sorry. So I live in the United States, where the actual Founding Fathers are revered basically as a pantheon. So forgive me for my irritation. To stay on this path, we must stand with the Oxalotls. Alright, so. See, what's interesting is I kind of like option 3. The mission is more important than our petty struggles. If it fails, all this sacrifice was for nothing. Like, not to the point of total zealotry, but, like, for real, we're stuck here. Isn't, like, making a better future for our kids worth this sacrifice? Option 2 is also just basic common sense. Y'all are being zealots. Quit it. I mean, the cost is sunk. Yeah, exactly, Darkrai. We're on the ship. There's no going back. There's no going anywhere else. Our forefathers guaranteed that we wouldn't have a choice. Thanks, Dad. So... now what? We'll go with option 2. The Brotherhood. Hang on. Which ones are these? Oh, these are the Anarchy people. I don't know how to sound stoned. The Brotherhood was formed to liberate the people from the shackles of ship authority. Their first sally, which the fossils of the old world call mutiny, did not completely achieve this aim. However, the Brotherhood was successful in establishing themselves as a significant power of the new order. Unfortunately, the Brotherhood's subsequent attempts to complete their emancipation of the enslaved, wherever they may be, ran into an unexpected obstacle. Not only did the people refuse to cooperate in this noble mission, they often violently resisted, and sometimes even chose the protectors of the church over their own best interests. The war goes on, but will be fought on different battlefields with different tactics. A non-military campaign to win over the people through reason and deceit, weakening the enemy, capital E, from within. It is the central pillar of this new strategy. So, to survive, we must evolve, and the Brotherhood is merely an agent of change that drives this evolution. He who fights monsters should look to it that he himself does not become a monster. Oh, assuredly, Esmeralda. The Brotherhood did end the tyranny of the ship authority, giving us the choice now to live our lives. They shouldn't try to take this choice away now. You know what? Yeah. The best slave is one who thinks he's free. They will thank the Brotherhood later for liberating them. You will be grateful! Sorry. As usual, anything but the extreme. Oh god, I don't know. I'm gonna 3. Your beliefs and opinion may change and evolve over the course of the game as you interact with factions, groups, and other individuals. Keep in mind, actions speak louder than words, and saying one thing and doing another won't fool people for long. Ever since you were a kid, this has been your home. Sprawling heap of vacant cargo containers slowly getting filled up with those who couldn't afford to stay in the habitat or need it. Why do you have currency? I know the answer to my own question. I had a quack. For those who couldn't afford to stay in the habitat or needed to get away from its bosses and factions. Out here, folks have lived free and died fast. But those who survive, earning their keep by either diving into the wreckage of Mission Control and bringing back valuable relics of the past, or figuring out a way out to make off the money off the fools who do the diving. From the day it sprang up like a patch of mold on this rich substrate, the pit has been overshadowed by Jonas Redford, canny son of a gun who planted its first spike. De facto mayor of a town with no government. Jonas holds court in the Promised Land, its only brothel with the base of operations for his network of thugs and whores. But as the pit has grown, Jonas' seat at the top has gotten shakier. When the Brotherhood of Freedom threatened to annex the town, concerned citizens banded together and hired the Regulators, a mercenary gang led by Jeremiah Braxton to keep the Brotherhood out. But now, as Braxton's gunmen swagger under the neon lights, some folk have started wondering whether it's time to pit together a little law and order. Whether Braxton might be the right man to wear the sheriff's star. Is this game on sale again? Oh my god. I think we're up to like 3 games in a row that have been on sale while I've been streaming them. In a row. Never mind, like, the general streak of how common that is. You open your eyes to a gray, whole metal ceiling. One panel which flickers yellow. Oh, this is half off if you want to pick this up. Indicating day shift. You overslept. Not that it matters. With a grunt, you roll off your stained mattress. Why did you stain your mattress, dude? And open the window to let some fresh air in. Like everything else around here, fresh is relative. Ship does its best to recycle air and water, but cargo holds aren't high on her priority list. You breathe in metal and burning oil and look up. 4 of the bridge's 6 projectors are still operational, shining dully on the container towers of Cargo Hold 3, better known as the Pit, the Free City. Oh, it might have stopped being on sale when we started at Darkrai, so never mind. Andromeda was on turbo sale right before we ran it, so I thought it was still on sale. My bad. Calling the Pit a city is a bit of a stretch, but so is calling this reddish-brown liquid water. Reddish-brown liquid. Okay, where's my gun? Where's my gun? I need the emergency knife. I'm just gonna have my safety emergency knife right here. You've read that the water is supposed to be clear and cities are supposed to be big, but no shipborne seen either. Maybe in another 100 years, water will look and taste like oil, and people will start talking about the good old days when it was the color of rust and tasted refreshingly bitter and tangy. That's the kind of optimism that keeps you going. All right, we're done. We're done. Okay. The elevator crawls up a groove in the cargo hold's wall like a black steel bug that's worn a path traveling to the bridge and back. It's time to get up there and earn a few credits, but first you need a drink. The last few years you've been doing odd jobs for Tanner, a local hustler with a nose for making money. He's never tried to screw you over, which is pretty close to being virtuous in this town. Still, there's a first time for everything. Yeah, question. Do we have any filtration systems? Also, how are we going to handle just radiation on the new planet? How about disease? Because they have a populace there. Yeah, I know. Nobody planned for that because religious zealotry. Moving on. Okay, let's do it. Oh, we can't forget a gun. Let's see. So we've got a rusty pipe pistol, a crude bolt-action rifle, a makeshift shotgun, or a shoddy SMG. Yep, there won't be a native population when we get there. Anyways,
No, Linear Move. But yes, similar. Like, I would put this in the same overall genre. Another game that I recommend if you have no mental health problems or depression issues. Because, for those of you not aware, Disco Elysium is a very good, extremely depressing game. Like, I don't mean depressing as in it's sad. I mean, it is a genuine trigger for people with depression or suicidal tendencies, for example. Let's see. I'll go with the machine gun. SMG. Backup weapon? A utility bar. Or camp knife. We'll go with the knife. I like slitting people's throats. Don't take that out of context. Alright, so let's look at our interface. HP, AP, current equipped, current ammo, AP cost to fire, damage, and type of damage. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's reaction attacks. So double click to equip, right click to reload and unload. Some armor comes with handling cost, which lowers your initiative, evasion, and reaction. Inventory, ammo types, meds, excuse me, stats, gear, implants. Okay. It looks like we do not have a lot of spare ammo. We have 25 rounds total. Oh, I saw something. Hang on. Right here. Here we go. Okay. This is your party management screen. Assign tasks to your specialists, manually heal the party members, or set reloading. Speaking of which, reload after fight. There we go. So this is your after combat options. I remember hearing about this. I'm going to reload weapons after combat, fully heal if you've got the health to handle it, unified looting, and scrap common items. We are apparently the specialist in everything because we're the only party member, which makes perfect sense. So that's party management, that's inventory. What's this? This is just stats, this is leveling. Oh, there's our... Okay, so, general reputation. We are harmless, reserved, inept, and a homebody. Our standings are neutral, 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 and neutral. Our beliefs are from atheism to theism, we're right in the middle. From tradition to progress, we're right in the middle. We're more towards liberty than authority, and we're more towards philia than phobia on Zeno. I'm guessing that's character creation stuff. And then there's a journal. Yep, quest log, such as it is. This is your fast travel screen. Okay. Can I actually move around? I can't. I actually can't. Oh, no, there we go, there we go. I was gonna say. We apparently have a worker jacket, protective sleeves, and a bowler helmet. Sweet. I don't know if this is worth a damn, but cool. I feel like there's an option for that. I remember seeing that. There it is. Ah, permanent outlines in combat or just enabled. I should probably hit apply. There's our outline, so we can see what we can interact with. You play the entire game from your house. That's just real life at that point. Designed to extract water from Proxima's humid atmosphere, this generator can barely squeeze a few ounces of oily liquid a day out of what passes for air around here. A makeshift dinner table with an extra chair in case you would want to entertain a guest, or don't feel like drinking alone. I don't know. Hang on. Pull up the list here. Nope, it is missing. That's easy to fix. Oh god, what do we call that category? Hang on. Remember, life is pointless, and then you'll die. Brought to you by Croatia. There it is. Let's see, we're missing anything else here? Let's see. Most game we ever heard of. Let's see. Stream. I don't know, his funniest isn't here either. This is a terrible list. I need to clean this up. I mean, I can see what happened. The problem is people keep adding categories, and I actually have to keep 2 completely separate lists up to date. So my list is completely up to date. Thank you very much. But your list is not. So, let's see. Where is it? There's Labor of Love. Yep, there's sushi. There's coffee. Game we never heard of before stream. Yep, best new meme. Game we're most inclined by thanks to stream. This should actually be up here. Most frustrating game to stream doesn't qualify. Like, that's not a category for you, so we're just going to delete that completely. That's a category for me. Funniest stream, however, is a category. And then stream of the year, also a category. There you go. Ah, where are we? Oh, God. Stream where you just couldn't wait to stop watching. So why didn't you stop watching then? Oh, God, where am I? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Where's my character? How large is this map? For real, where am I? Oh god. Extremely turned around. Okay. We were not in the top right. We were in the middle right. Top right is up here and keeps going for quite a ways, actually. And down here is the bottom. Oh, that looks... Why is there just cargo containers just piled up over here? Okay. Anyways, is there a mini... Well, there's a map, but, like, that's just teleporting. I have no idea, Czar. So let's just teleport. Let's just... Alright, I can steal from that person. Got a job for you. Interested? Got a job. An easy one. Pulls a plastic rectangle from a compartment inside a sleeve and slides it towards you. The card is old and worn. Color's long since faded, but the raised print on the front says it's clear as day. A2, Armory, Level 2. Holy grail of every scavenger on the ship. During the mutiny, the rebels looted every depot on the first level, but the automated defenses on the second stopped them dead. Literally. The turrets have dissuaded them ever since. Is this real? Is it real? So if you don't have the stones for it, just say so. Don't insult me. Dude, every scav where his salt has been searching for this card for decades, but you're the one who found it? I have my ways. His smile reveals stained, uneven teeth. You see, I wasn't looking for a long-lost Axis card, since I'm not a fool. I was looking for a technical offer to Ulysses Cole. Let me guess, he had the card and you alone figured it out? Not quite. I alone figured out how to find a man who changed his identity and died in obscurity nearly 100 years ago. I have a feeling you're dying to tell me. He pulls a battered energy pistol from his belt and passes it to you. This is his sidearm. He changed his name, but he couldn't change the serial number of his gun. Once I found the serial number, the rest was easy. His granddaughter sold the pistol 20 years ago. Sure works. One way to find out. Go see it for yourself. When you come back, we'll have a proper conversation. Alright, here's the big question. Why me? He silent a moment, as if deciding how honest he should be. I can't do it alone, and I don't trust anyone else. Keep the pistol. Consider it an investment into our enterprise. It's not going to be an easy trip, so take your time. Get ready. Hear me? Any idea what might be there? Whatever it is, it'll be worth a lot of money. We hold out for the right buyer. We'll live like kings for the rest of our days. Is it possible to live well in this environment? Like, at a certain point, it doesn't matter how rich you are. Because when all you live on is a pile of crap and mud, having a slightly nicer pile of crap and mud doesn't really sound that appealing. I don't know, Croatia might know the answer to that a little bit better. He mentioned that this game didn't sell very well, which is a damn shame. I mean, nothing to lose territory. That's a little different. Not going to the brothel. Unless we can recruit someone there. Then we might go to the brothel. That's right. Alcohol. Sweet, sweet alcohol. We increased our electronics skill. Woo. Okay, hang on. Here we go. Let's turn down the camera speed a little bit. That's a little bit much. That's a bit better. What else we got? Anything else I can use to raise my skills? Skills to pay the bills. Bunch of people I can kill. I do like murdering people left and right. We should have gone with the murder hobo approach. For shame. Gadgets. Gadgets, guns, booze, and boobs. And turrets. Nice to know. Yeah, the music's like, hey, you like being horrifically depressed, right? I'm so curious of something. Ah, there's our... So it actually shows us our experience bar per skill. That's nice. I like that. I'm actually more fond of the interface than I thought it would be already. Oh yeah, depress me harder. Depress me harder, baby! There was never any point in anything. Someday in the distant future, you'll die a second time when no one will ever think about you again. Yeah, honestly, I remember having issues with the interface of the previous game. I'm not sure what to think of that inventory. Looks like Diablo style. We'll see how bad that gets. Do we have a weight limit? I don't see a weight limit. It's good if there isn't one. Look, Act. I'm just saying, if an Asari shows up and wants to bang, I'm going to have a hard time saying no to that. I'm going to say no, but I'm going to regret it. Okay, no weight. Thank God. No, but it was extremely weird, Lunarith. As in, I couldn't tell you what actually happened in the ending. So let's see. That is... Oh, that's a lot of stats. But we can do a direct comparison. Hey! Interface features! Alright. So it is more damage. It's costs a bit more AP to shoot. Has much better range. Which, yeah, makes sense. The SMG is a melee weapon. It costs energy ammo, which I pretty much guarantee is going to be really hard to come by. So this sounds like a thing we pull out when we really mean it, is what that feels to me. Yeah, could you imagine being able to compare equipment on the screen in which you equip something? Something I remind you that Andromeda did not do. Okay, so I don't see anything else to gain any obvious experience ups. A lot of games don't do that. Abe's General Store. Abe's General Store. Can I just travel there? Is that a thing? Hey! I can just travel there. Okay, real talk, I'm kind of appreciating the fast travel already. Yeah, all you have to do to compare in Andromeda is to be at the inventory screen and then hit page down. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, isn't that a good thing? No, because you can't equip on the inventory screen. The only screen you can equip on, you can't compare. I double-checked after we found the comparison thing. I even got rid of the negative off of the sheet, and then later, when I was going to equip something, checked to compare, found out I couldn't, and had to rewrite the negative because it was technically a different negative at that point. So again, to repeat myself, check it out. We can actually compare a gun on the screen we can equip it on. It was all according to the jailer's plan. That's why he forced them to use frostbite. We probably could just have thermal vision as a stat. No, Giga! It's not dead enough! It's not... Hi, Ross. Thank you for the sub, as always. I don't recall Crusader Kings 3 having a compare concept? So I'm going to go with no. Like, what do you compare in CK3? Listen, Giga. 59 months. Yeah, why are you still watching me? Wait, hang on. Voyager, I can't lie. I'm not a good liar. Voyager's cool. Except for the fight, which we've sort of stalled on. And we've moved completely on to a completely different game. Or show, excuse me. Is Andromeda worth buying at all? You know, that's actually a harder question to answer than you'd think. When it was on sale, it was $5. If you have the time, I could recommend Andromeda at $5. I can. That's about the ceiling, I would say. All right. Gosh. Okay. Sorry, I'm debating some things here really quick. I suppose I should give a plus for depression. Look, I would recommend Mass Effect 3 for more than $5. But Andromeda? Yeah. Oh, okay, so Fire Emblem 3 takes too long. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. And then the Awful Block. I have to think about that.
Okay, so... Map. That was the other thing I was debating. So there's our ship. What do y'all think of the brickwork? You're not. Just don't go there, Giga. Don't do it. No. I would take Andromeda over Starfield. Even if you ignore the SSD issue, I would still take Andromeda over Starfield. Andromeda's at least fun to play. If I'm going to zoom in, right here. This is max zoom in. We're on board a spaceship as Mirastar. This is probably the whole game. See, what's weird is the brickwork's fine, but like, I'm kind of impressed by the doodads. I do not seem to have the ability to rotate the camera now. Like, there's a decent amount of stuff going on to kind of flesh this out. Like, let me explain this differently. Yeah, it's appropriately depressing, Kenix Cow. You're not even really joking. Like, we see graffiti, we see corrugated steel everywhere. There's actually a weirdly large amount of color to help keep things not just gray. We've got oranges, yellows, reds. There's a bright kind of blue over there. There's a really bright red. There's a green over there. There's more yellow. You know, trying to make it look like something other than just gray. If this was literally just gray, this would drift into visual distinction territory, but there's a lot of effort being put to make sure you can tell what the hell you're looking at. And yeah, the decals and the details, I think, is what this is really good at. I think I'm going to jot that down under doodads. Where are we? We're in the pit. Like, I'm actually impressed. Someone, or I guess 5, 6 someone's spent some time and effort on this screen. Which makes sense. It appears to be our central hub area. It's a pretty big area. Oh, God. So, okay, I'm not sure what's more depressing. So there's the courthouse, right? Place your bets. So there's a gambler right next to the courthouse, a general store right next to the courthouse, and then here's the courthouse. That's... Or maybe this is the courthouse, in which case that's actually worse. And that's the prison area? God, I don't even know. Yeah, no, I mean, this place looks very Midgar underneath the plate. Yeah, I know, it's... Oh, that's different. I mean, again, very Fallout is probably the deliberate impression there. Hang on. Turn down the delay to like 1. There we go. We can also change the game speed up while you're at peacetime. So I can be like, boy, where am I? Oh God, I actually lost my character again. Boy, 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 boy. Alright, sorry. Turn that back down. I also turned it up on combat. Or wait. Combat turn... What? Oh! How fast the animations play on your turns. Okay, that makes sense. That's actually a good feature. How many of you have ever played a turn-based game and you hate how long it takes for them to take a turn? It's actually one of the biggest problems with XCOM-like games. Turn-based tacticals. So, yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is actually hugely guilty of that. And XCOM itself, yeah. Or Newcom, excuse me. Also, we could turn off Motion Blur and Bloom, so that's cool. Let's crank the Bloom. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Feel that eye cancer. Feel it's digging into your viscera. Alright, we're going to turn that immediately back off.
Oh, jeez. I don't think it's visibly lagging, no. At least I don't see any lag happening. I've never liked Bloom. Are you kidding me, Jay Palmer? Well, let me actually walk that sentence back. Most people don't know how to apply Bloom, is actually a better way to phrase that. Most video games, when they have Bloom, they don't know what they're doing, and they just kind of apply a generic Bloom effect as a post-processing on top of the whole game. Now, Bloom can work, especially if you've designed everything else around the Bloom. Most games don't. And yeah, Alchemist is absolutely correct. If there is good Bloom, you don't notice it. Can I name one game that has Bloom good? No, because I probably haven't even noticed it. Most of the time you see something like, and I'm going to go for the low-hanging fruit here, Breath of the Wild, which had, like, just Bloom as a post-processing filter slapped on top of a game whose lighting and texture reflections were both designed to just blind you. And it was just unpleasant to look at. If you see Bloom and it makes things look a little bit too fuzzy, as if your resolution has gone down, or too blinding, as if the lighting is wrong, you have seen bad Bloom. If you see Bloom and you don't even notice it's there, you have good Bloom. Although that is a valid question. You know, I'm not actually sure if I... Oh, God! Oh, Jay Palmer, why? Why would you do this? Well, I don't have HDR on, kind of on purpose, because it messes with a few things. Okay, so let's go recruit someone. Hello? Yeah, hey, what's up, dude? Being a gunfighter is a quick and easy way to make a living in the pit. All it takes is a gun and guts. Also a quick and easy way to wind up dead, but the kind of men drawn to the gun always think they're going to live forever. Evan learned the realities of his new trade the hard way. First time Evans got lucky and killed his man as he fumbled his draw. Riding high, Evans called out an old hand who put 3 bullets in his chest and left him for dead. Lucky for Evans, a stranger patched him up and he survived, but today it looks like a man whose luck has just about run out. Runner. What brings you to these parts? He asks, his rifle pointed your way. Jesus, gun safety, dude. Come on, I got a job. A job? He pretends to think about it for a moment. Truth be told, I got a job for you, too. All you've got to do is stick around and watch my back while I deal with these thugs. You do that for me? I'll do whatever you need. No questions asked. Wait, what thugs? Jonas sent some thugs to harass Abe. Abe here went to the regulators, but Braxton said he can't spare any men. You and I both know that bastard doesn't want to get involved. So Abe hired me to watch the store, but the son of a gun didn't say any word about Jonas till I agreed. I'm no coward, but I don't want to go against Jonas alone. He runs this town. Wait, why did Abe go to the regulators? Beats me. Well, agreed to hire the regulators when the Brotherhood started eyeing the pit and getting new ideas. The only reason they're still around, now that the Brotherhood's backed off, is to make sure they don't come back. Anyway, their job is to show that we have some muscle, even if it's hired muscle, not sort out local trouble. Well, hang on, what does Jonas want here? Money, what else? His thugs said everyone who... No, they're Christians, smart off. Of course they came with tons of guns. Money, what else? His thugs said everyone who does business in the pit has to pay taxes or pack up and go. I told Abe he should pay, but he doesn't want to listen to reason. He's gonna die, that's his business, but now I'm gonna go down with him. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean Christians, I meant zealots. My bad. Religious zealots. The gun thugs show up around noon. A man in his 40s who moves with slow confidence, and a brash young man eager to get himself killed. You got Jonas's money? Alright, so we can kill them with our initiative bonus, I think. Hang on, let's bounce it. What's this say? What's this say? I didn't say anything. Damn. Cannot save in mid-conversation. So we can't Baldur's Gate 3 this. Damn. Or Fallout 4. Well, screw it. Let's see how combat looks. Click on any name and turn order of the list to see the corresponding character or foe. You can stay activated defensive gadget during placement stage before a fight starts. Effects duration will be reduced by 1 turn, but you won't start the defense list, especially if your initiative is low. Okay. So this is placement phase. I think. He goes first, then us, then the thug, then the other thug. And I'm guessing, yep, that's our placement options, is this area right here. Alright, let's just scooch over here. And, not. How do I move myself? There we go. Okay, that's strange. Move him back a bit. Actually, it'd be nice if I could move him even further back. But no, we're out in the open. Alright, whatever. Sure, start combat. So Evans goes first. He can do a shot with a rifle, which costs 6 AP. Okay. So 79% chance to hit, 21% chance to graze, 2% chance to crit. Ending turn increases evasion. I'm guessing more based on how many AP. In fact, yeah, it's 16 AP plus 16 evasion. Aha! So we can do a regular shot, aim for the head, legs, arms, or weak point. Do a burst, focus burst, or a long burst. Reload. Aim for his legs. It's actually a higher chance to hit, but it costs 2 more AP. Let's do it. Let's shoot him in the leg, and let's shoot him in the leg. Okay. And then we are going to... get to the right timers. We cannot aim for anything, of course. We have a nothing chance to hit with this stupid SMG. Which makes sense, I suppose. Okay. What does that mean? Is that an Oppie? That looks like us provoking an Oppie. I'm gonna guess based on context clues that that's what that is. It might be Overwatch, which is functionally the same thing. Well, let's find out. Let's just commit to it. Yep, that's our reaction. Okay. What? That's not... Oh, okay, that's not even close to what I wanted to have happen. Can I undo that? I can't I? Okay, get... yeah, oh god. We're almost dead already. Okay, hang on. Where's our last save? Let's just reload this. Alright, so, as I was saying... Hey! So now that we've game overed... So you go here. You go here. Start combat. On cover. Aim for their legs. And get some evasion. Oh wow, we're still in Oppie range. Oh, okay. Alright. screw it. Let's just shoot the guy. It's actually a decent amount of damage. And end some evasion. Get shot in the back. I can't believe you missed. Oh, that's interesting. It actually shows our chance to hit at each spot. Looks like our best chance is actually over here. Yeah, right there. Oh, that's how much cover they have. Okay, I misread that. I misread that. That's cover. Okay. Hey, he's dead. Okay, cool. Thank goodness we don't have a population crisis. Can you imagine? Yeah, Minerva. You see, the great Lord above has commanded us to go forth unto this new bountiful land, from hell, which is Earth, of course, and go join him in heaven, which is the new planet we're landing on. No, they were religious zealots, literally. Oh. Oh my god, die. There we go. We're done. We did it. What do we do now? Asks Evans, visibly shaken. We have to see it through. Join the party. Moment of your time, runner. What? I don't know how to thank you, runner, says Abe, running the sweat of his forehead. These ruffians, they would have killed me dead. God knows I don't have much, but I'll give you all I can spare and then some. Turns out he has 2 small boxes of ammo. Abe, I'm starting to think, these 2 gentlemen had the right idea. Maybe I should finish what they started. No, I'm not gonna do that. What are you gonna do now? Pray for less excitement in life. Didn't you move here from the habitat? You can always go back. Back! As bad as the pit is, the habitat's 10 times worse. Protectors are all about their mission. Every poor bastard that lives in the Enclave has to toe the line whether he likes it or not. They tax you up the wazoo and expect you to contribute what Lydia have to the war effort. You're still talking about a war? Protectors have been gearing up for war ever since the mutiny. Brotherhood's been doing the same, of course. Yes, me and the other side wants to fight, but they've been beating their chests for the last 100 years, so I have no choice but go through with it. What about the church? Waiting on the sidelines to finish off the winter. So what do you got? Let's see. Rope, module, a claw hammer. This ergonomically designed hammer comes with an impact absorber and vibration dampener to make crushing skulls as pleasant as humanly possible and easy on the wrist. Medkits. How much money do I have? Where's my credits? There they are. Immediately to wipe them out, Zacteft. All of them. Yeah, I'm debating, because, like, so that's just a helmet, right? Respirator, so that gives us 30 resistance to toxic. And the work goggles give us some thermal. And given how often they keep bringing up thermal, I'm guessing that's going to be a thing. Those are also both relatively cheap, so I'm going to go ahead and buy both of those, I think. What else do I really want? I use 9mm, right? After the plasma cells were depleted during the mutiny, good old 9mm has once again become the most common cartridge due to the ease of manufacture and low cost. Screw it. I'll buy the ammo too. Yep, trade. Okay. I guess we could loot these people. Let's see. They had a Gatling gun. Take all, obviously. Did we already loot the other guy? Oh, there's regulators right outside the door. Okay. Hang on. Hang on. Everything's fine. Everything's fine here. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go into stealth mode, which exists. I'm gonna heal myself. No reason. There we go. Ah, that's what unified looting means. Okay. How are we looking here? Our SMG skill is going up. I wonder why. Hello, Gallifreyman. Aha. By the way, like the name. And thank you very much for the sub. You may or may not know this, but if you want to put that towards increasing up to 3 future streams interest, you can do so. Let's see. I'm actually almost level 2. Nice. So that's steel. Steel failure. Try to steal this. Steel failure. Damn it. Okay, let's reload. Okay, so that's really good save and load times. So that's good. Speaking of which, good save and load times. So I'll put down saves as an option. Speaking of which, what do we got for... So we auto-save... I don't know how often we auto-save, but we had an auto-story save and an auto-combat save. And of course we're going to have see. That's one there. So that's going to be... I'll figure out how many positives that is later, but that's definitely going to be some positives. Why are you still flashing at me? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Steals too, but I have, like... Why is it still flashing at me? What? What? What do you want? Why is it flashing? Oh, he doesn't come tagged. Okay, that's weird. So, you're my gunner. So, we're going to tag rifle. How many other tags do you get? How do I know how many tags I get? I don't see anything anywhere indicating how many tags I get. So, I'll assume I have another one because there's still tags to click. So... Let's see. Yeah, I know, right, Croatia? And by Croatia, I mean act. Do I want crit? I'm going to go full combat with him. So crit, evasion, or armor. Let's go with crit. Pure kill. Pure kill. There we go. It stopped flashing. Oh, thank God. Okay, real quick, before we go get into combat, I'm going to put on these. So I have some thermal. Nope, these ones. Sorry. There we go. Greetings to Spain, Gallifreyman. I still love the name. Can I not? Oh, there we go. This is where Evans is. Evans, put on this so you have some thermal. We'll keep the... Oh, it's just party inventory. That's nice. I like it. I like it. Is there a sort button? There is. Right there. Nice. Okay, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Let's give, I guess, him the armor? Yeah, he doesn't have that. But the armor, there we go. What's this? He has better armor there. I have better armor there. His is better, of course. No surprise there. Yeah, I feel like this Gatling gun, which is apparently a multi-barrel shotgun, we should probably sell. So we're probably not going to use that. Oh, you're right. That is a jacket slot, not a... Yeah, okay, boop, there we go. Thank you, Von Falkenstein. Listen, I have no brain. You have to understand, there's nothing in here. There's just an oxalotl, just hanging out there, saying hi. Because I'm not built for it, Plague Jamal. Now, if I went full tilt into combat range, then yeah, I'd be like... Braka, 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 braka. But you guys voted for stealth. So we have an SMG. Thank you very much. Come on, Nick. Perfectly. So yeah, I think I'm going to sell the Gatling. I'm going to keep the energy pistol, obviously. I think I don't know. I might... hang on. Where's my knife? Oh, this thing. That is better in every way than that knife, so let's just replace that. SMG back on. Look, I'm stealthy until someone spots me and then... Right? Think about it. If you're going to come out of stealth, if you're already spotted, then you might as well just accept it, you know? And just go with it. Alright, so... What do I have equipped? I have the fly apart equipped. So the plugger has more damage, more AP cost, though. And I don't have a lot of AP with this build. In fact, I have very little AP, it feels like. Which is strange, because I thought I cranked my dex. I did crank my dex. Why don't I have AP? Hang on. Yeah, I should have tons of AP. Why do I feel like I have no AP? Whatever. More AP, more damage, more range. Higher accuracy. Perception does not appear to affect AP. Oh no, it does right there. Dex. Yeah, well, maybe. No, doesn't matter. Point vague. I think we will go ahead and switch to the plugger. Unload. Reload. Put that over there in case I want it later. I don't know. Actually, the opposite. Put this up here in case I want it later. There we go. There we go. Put that there. You know those guys out there are like, are they coming out at any point in time? Hang on. Okay, so save. Alright, is there a back door to this place that I can sneak out? Is there a sneak button? Alright, whatever. Let's go deal with this. That's a lot of people. Like, that's 10 people. I don't think I could kill 10 people. Rumor has it Captain Braxton once served a higher power. In the days before his crisis of faith, he was known as Faithful Gunner Jeremiah Braxton, Church of the Elect. There's plenty of talk about why he left, but as is often the case, no story is more compelling than the others. Backed up by a few like-minded men and picking up more recruits on the way, Braxton left the church and wound up in the pit, where good fighting men are always in high demand. Around the same time, the Brotherhood had started nosing around, eager to establish a foothold here. Braxton and his regulators offered the good people of the pit their services. After much debate, they were hired to drive the Brotherhood's men out, which was accomplished with brutal efficiency. Thank God you're alive. When I heard the gunfire, I assumed the worst. I thought you didn't want to get involved. It's not my fight. Someone has to step in and protect these people. I got nothing against Jonas, but this time he's gone too far. Wait. Is there something I can do to help you with this? Quite a lot, actually. If we move against Jonas, he'll claim the regulators are taking over, and many would side with him. We don't want that. But you're one of them. If you challenge Jonas, people will side with you. Of course, we'll stand with you, but it'll be your fight. I'm in. Talk to Jonas. Put him a notice in front of everyone. Let them all hear what you have to say. Wait, won't he know we're coming? We're not going to stab him in the back. A man deserves the right to defend himself. Sir, I am stealth-focused. What are you going to do? Guys, should we have gone the Killy build? Is that what this is? Is the game telling me that I should just have a gun? I mean, a better gun? Actually, from what I was reading, apparently the actual best overall build is pure melee. It apparently sucks early on, but as you progress, it's very wizard, right? At each level you gain and each new piece of gear you gain just makes it easier and easier and easier until you are rolling over everything. And yeah, it sounds like New Vegas, it sounds like Fallout 3. I can name a lot of games like that. It's just melee brawler, crunchy. Anyways, yeah, the axe in Arcanum, or Arcanum if you prefer. What's your take on all this, Evans? What's that saying about the devil knowing the devil you don't? There's that. Sometimes I wonder whether the devil's going to let it all go to hell. Jonas did build this town, but that's as far as he's going to take it. He did a good job keeping everyone on the best behavior, back when the pit was more of a camp, but the bigger it became, the more lawless it became. Braxton, his men do a good job of patrolling the decks, but I'm not sure I'd want to see them patrolling the pit and telling folks what to do. Braxton ends up on top. Who knows how far I'd take that law and order thing. But probably not as far as the Brotherhood would, so there's that. Yep, pure melee. And here he come with the steel chair! Alright. Yeah, the heroic talent for being a pure melee is called something that I don't have in front of me. Hang on. Here it is. It's called Juggernaut. Gives you a natural +1 DR, and it gives you increased DR when your health gets low. Your melee damage is increased by 2, which may not sound like a lot, but, I mean, just every hit does another 2 damage. Any knockdown you inflict becomes an automatic stun, and your armor skill goes up by double. Yeah, we had a mutiny. Now what? Well, let's save. Yeah, no, Juggernaut sounds pretty mean. I was really tempted to just go with that, and then I was like, nah, I'll let people decide. But we could have this utility bar and just approach people with a hammer. Just imagine running up to people with guns with a hammer like, hey, hey, wham! We might even be on fire at the time. All right. Well, let's go. I said I wouldn't go to the brothel, but here we are. Go to the brothel. Actually, hang on. We haven't bought any gadgets yet. Let's see if there's any worth buying. Excuse me, sir. What you got? Alright. Flashbang, gas grenade, smoke grenade, pulse grenade, energy shield, distortion shield, bionic eye. Oh, it's an implant. +1 perception. I think Constitution is our implants thing. I remember there being a stat about that. I don't remember specifics. Hang on. Maybe it was over here. There's the implants. Yeah, we can have 2 implants because of something. It is Constitution, I'm right. So we get 2 implants. I don't know if perception is worth getting with that. Yeah, let's read the build. What does the build say? The build says, let's see, any implants here? Doesn't say anything. Meh. Yeah, by the way, the other thing you get a bunch of as the Juggernaut, the melee focused, is basically all the implants. Like all the implants. Okay. Well, I don't want to get that implant. That's only plus perception. That's probably not worth my 1 of 2 implant slots. So what else we got? Oh, God, grenades are expensive. Oh, that's like most of my money for like the good grenades. Ugh. Okay, moving on. What else we got? Talk to the gun vendor. There's a pump action. And a Tommy gun. Yeah, I noticed the distortion field makes it harder for us to be targeted. And the other one just straight up gives us a shield. And of course, the smoke grenades are obvious. Believe it or not, no, I've never heard anyone say that before. I'm dead serious. Of all the many, many, many stupid complaints I've heard in my life, that's not one of them. Okay, so let's sell Gatling for a pittance of money. Wow. Okay, whatever. Enjoy that. So that. Yeah, let's get rid of that too. We need money. We've got to make more money. It's not even a meme. We just need money. All right. So we've got a multi-barrel shotgun. Old Betsy. Hey, look, we can compare in the vendor too. I mean, obviously, like, if I use nothing but a guide in something like, say, Talos Principle, then yeah, you could argue that I'm not really getting the effect there. So I'll give you that. What I usually do for things like that, where it's a primarily puzzle-focused game, is I go as far as I can until I run into a wall, and then I'm like, all right, fine, I'll look it up. If you remember, we ran into like 2 walls in Eastward, and in both cases, it was functionality that had not been tutorialized. So that was actually on the game. Yeah, I think his current gun is probably... Oh, never mind. That's much better. That's better top to bottom. Getting you a new gun. My good man. I'll sell this gun while we're at it. For $4! Jesus Christ. I think that's it. Yeah, trade. Hang on. What, there it is, 556. Which I could use some more of. Yeah, that's what I thought. Ugh. Okay, let's not get that much. Oh, I don't know, Trahexia. Maybe a kilometer, 2 kilometers across, something like that. Nothing super big. Let's get 80 ammo. Here we go. So I have your new gun. Unload this. Reload this. Yeah, the entire state of New York. Ah! Okay, sell that. Get some money back. Hope this is not a terrible idea. Okay, we've upgraded his gun. Got him some more ammo. See if we can get some armor. Oh, yeah. The coat. Or we could be German. Alright, we're gonna buy the boots, obviously. I don't think I have a jacket. Oh, those are actually really nice goggles. Good thermal and good resistance to optical. And a... Dude, I'm just buying those. Holy crap. Oh yeah, I should check our... Hang on. Map. My place. No! No, that's probably over a little bit, but I'd say 12 million people is probably about right. You want a viable population, yeah. I mean, you're not going to pull an Andromeda and just send 20,000 people on a ship, right? To another galaxy. Right? Okay, so I don't have a jacket, so I'll put on my jacket. There we go. Oh, helmet is different than eyes. Oh, cool. I'll put on... Oh, it looks so dorky! Alright, hang on, so are these better than his? Yeah. Top to bottom. There you go, have some better goggles. I'll save those for, like, a next party member. End with the respirator. And then back to... like, here somewhere. So I want to buy those goggles and the helmet. Goggles for me. Hell yeah, brother. And helmet for him. Perfect. We look smashing, honestly. We're just amazing. Oh, breathers are different. Oh man, I'm gonna put on the breather right now. Booyah! Breather time. How's their food being produced? So there's two options. One is bugs. The other you don't want me to talk about. Yeah. Okay, okay. Let's go confront the brothel. Ba-da-da-da. Okay. Where's Jones? There he is. Is there a way to, like, sneak in there and kill him sneakily? Sneak, sneak, sneak. I noticed there is no sneak button, which keeps throwing me a little bit. Like, we're stealth focused, but I haven't actually gotten to stealth at all so far. Stealth failure. Oh. Look, cannibals and mushrooms, okay? There's a couple of options here. I credit the game for showing some restraint. There's no prostitutes wandering around doing their business right now. Okay, he's expecting me. That's terrifying. For a scavenger, Jonas Redford was more successful and more ambitious than most. In order to facilitate more efficient runs into the mission control ruins, Jonas set up a base camp in Cargo Hold 3, right next to the action. Such a good idea couldn't remain secret for long, and his fellow scavengers soon began pitching their tents nearby. With his increasing popularity, the camps attracted a growing crowd of traders, whores, and other hangers-on, and people began to see it as a rugged alternative to the habitat, which promised safety but insisted on submission in exchange. At some point, Jonas realized there was more money was waiting to be made in the pit, as it became called, than out in the wasteland. He opened the Promised Land, the finest and only whorehouse in town, and settled on the role as de facto mayor. You got some nerve, Runner. I know why you're here, so say your words and get out. So we could betray Braxton, we could try to be reasonable, or we could just do the quest straight. What's your side of the story? You know, the only reason you're still breathing is because Braxton expects me to kill you, and I'm not going to do this bastard any favors. You think I'm going to explain myself to you? Think again. Your men would have killed Abe if I didn't step in. Says who? As far as I know, they were gunned down before they did anything. You killed them for what they might have done, and you know it. Dude, you weren't there. That kid was a second away from pulling the trigger. Now that's interesting. I sent 2 men to enforce Abe to pay what he owed me for hiring regulators. One man says 50, the other 45. Which one would you call the kid? I know what I saw. What did you see? 2 men who claimed to be working for me? You know, I gotta hand it to Braxton. Man knows how to put on a show. What are you saying? I'm saying Braxton played you like a fiddle. I'm guessing you're here because Braxton suggested it, which means he wanted to warn me. I think you see where he's going with that. So tell me, you still with Braxton or you having second thoughts? See, that's the thing. It's like, I mean, I like how, like, essentially the first quest in the game is forcing me to take sides already. And I do mean forcing. It's like, take a side or don't do the quest at all. Well, we're already streetwise. Let's take advantage of it. I'm with you. Right. So I apparently have streetwise of 2. It would have been nice to know that, game. Hang on. In fact, hang on. I can't exit dialogue. Okay, whatever. What do you need me to do? You're going to help us take out the regulators, as if resigned to an unpleasant chore that's been let slide too long. They outnumber us, but a certain piece of gear will even the odds. Ever heard of a brainwave disruptor? A grenade? Never seen one, but I've heard it messes with your brain. That it does. It's an anti-riot grenade, Earth-made. Scrambles your brain, makes you forget what you're doing and just stand there taking air. Braxton will be watching my boys like a hawk, but since you're not known, you can run and fetch it while Sam runs interference. Alright, where do I find this thing? Good question. Earth-made relics aren't exactly common these days, but I bet Cole can point you in the right direction. He sells all kinds of scrap. Most of it's ship-made, of course, but he keeps track. Okay. Yep, no, Art, we did gain X mid-streetwise. You're correct. Time to kill the guy outside our hut. Oh, hang on, just wait. Just wait. Wait for it. Wait for it. And murder. I'm done with this town. 2 years I've been here. What do I have to show for it? Nothing. What are you gonna do? Go back to the habitat? Guess so. Didn't seem so bad now. Don't know what I was thinking. Take care, Charlie. Book smart. 10 times out of 10, act. Street smart's nice, and I would be foolish to not acknowledge its worth and purpose, but book smart is how civilizations progress. Another day, huh? Looks like it. Any big plans? I got a job on a diving crew. Lost 2 men last week, so they hired me on the spot. Which crew? Sullivan's down in Mission Control. It's like a maze down there. Sealed doors, corridors, entire deck. They cut power to kill the auto defenses, which you make things easier. Now there's demand for divers who can open doors the old-fashioned way. Well, that sounds useful. Could you show me the basics? Sure. Give me 200 credits. Forget about it. Forget about it. Okay, save. Okay, here's the money. I will take the training. And it gave us experience. Nice. You can only do that once per character, but you can do that to each of your characters. That's actually interesting. So money for experience. Very Morrowind. Nice. I'll take all of that. Some boots, a flashbang, and a gun. Yeah. I feel like a real man at last. Now to have a long, solid shaft to shoot things with. Wait. Hi, Aunt Diddy. How's your day going? Alright, so hang on. So, I want the flashbang on me. I want the hyperjack, so it's a pistol. I don't... I drive a motor truck. No, I drive an SUV. No, not one of those namby-pamby, like, actually useful SUVs. I drive a Hummer. No, that's valid, Croatia. Thank you. I honestly didn't even occur to me, for the reasons you just mentioned, to check that. Do I have boots on? I do not have boots on. Oh, but that gives me a handling, because I have terrible armor. How about you? You have those on. I got a canyon arrow. Canyon arrow. I don't remember the lyrics. Don't make me look them up. There's a clip out of it. Still don't actually know what electronic modules are for. That's whatever, I guess. Yeah, let's go ahead and sell both of these things. Then we can canyon arrow it up. I mean, it's like pickups, you know, of Unfalkenstein. There's a benefit and purpose to... Hello? There's a couple of junkies waiting near the entrance to the valley. Probably waiting for the next victim. Hang on. Save. No, a Tesla has no purpose in existing whatsoever. At all. Or, sorry, not a Tesla. Sorry. A Cybertruck. That's what I meant. A Cybertruck. A Cybertruck is literally, and I mean this literally,
throwing money at something so it can burn. Like, it's almost as bad as a yacht in terms of just being a money black hole. Whoa there. Look at you strolling in like you own the place. It's our territory. You has to pay me first so you can be on your way. Oh, business-like, see? Well, I just saved. You lunge in. Your lunge is clumsy and inexperienced fighter would have seen it coming a mile away. Looking for you, it catches the junkie by surprise, and he goes down moaning. Hey there, buddy. How you feeling? You enjoying the fact that you're dead? Because you are. Oh god, how do I switch weapons? Oh god, how do I switch weapons? No! You know, actually, you're right, Lanareth. Burning money would cause less damage to the environment than just having a Cybertruck. For real, how do I switch to my frickin' SMG? Oh, whatever, I'm just gonna stab him. Ah, there it is. F! F's the button. Yeah, there's a reason I zoomed in a little bit, Ect. Alright, start combat. Well, no, hang on. Let's switch back. Yeah. No, that's good. Start combat. Boop. Evans, kill this man. What'd he do to you, boss? He dared to exist. Kill him! He doesn't know his betters. I'm gonna make sure he never does anything ever again. Look, I'm just making sure we're all well fed, okay? I'm thinking about the people. The people need food. Don't you understand? How do I do just like a regular attack? Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay, okay. There we go. All right, all right. I'm ready to get the stabbing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love watching the blood splurt. Listen, I knew I could make a way for us to somehow be a murder hobo, even though we're stealth focused. And here we are. Hey, that's my blood. You can't make me bleed my blood. How dare you? How dare you, sir? I think we've been out like 300 years? God, they've actually been vague about it, so I'm not sure. So we got nothing out of that. I mean, it's loot we could sell. Oh, sure. Sell that, sell that. Ugh, I killed those guys for nothing. Well, I mean, in fairness, I actually did kill them for a good reason. These are two junkies who are robbing people, so, you know, I don't actually feel all that bad. You're welcome. Yeah, they mentioned the mutiny was a century ago. So, we're bare minimum plus a century out. Hey. A truncheon! Hell yeah! I want to feel their bones crunch. Yeah, I just need the thrill. Hang on, so I remember seeing... What we got? Where's my... Blade. That's right, it's Blade and Blunt. Why are those different skills? That's actually kind of weird. Hang on, for real, why are those different skills? Like,
I can kind of get why pistol, shotgun, rifle, and SMG are different. But, like, blade and blunt, it's melee. Like, is there anything different about a bladed weapon versus a blunt weapon? Real question. This is a real question. That's right, it was 173 years, 9 months, and 17 weeks ago. Yeah. Is it strength versus perception? It doesn't say, that's the thing. You have no idea what you're doing or why. Yeah! Beatable. Obviously increases my act, but it doesn't actually say. It just says, yeah. Maybe it'll say in inventory. Hang on. So, let's see. So we got our knife, which... Okay, so accuracy, aimed, graze, reaction, penetration, which this is penetration stagger. Well, yeah, but like, again, from a video game perspective, what's the difference, right? In this case, for example, the mace does take 1 more AP to use, but the big difference is that right there. It does stagger damage. Yep, the utility part also does stagger damage. Whereas this, which does penetration. I don't know which is better, but we're already going down the knife path, and we're stealth, right? We're stealth! We're stealthy! So, we're gonna keep with that. Alright, do vendors run out of money? That's actually an interesting question. We'll find out in a second. Yeah. What can I get you? One look at the unappetizing mass of recycled protein sitting on the grill is all it takes to dissuade you from the special. She points at a vat of tear-inducing steam. $3.50 for a fried New Yorker. What's a New Yorker? She... Oh, okay. That actually hit my gag reflex for a second. She opens the vat and fishes out a chunk of gelatinous flesh. Look at this beauty. Boiled it in vinegar to remove the slimes and toxins. It's a chunk of slimy protein boiled in vinegar. I'll see you around. See if I can pickpocket here. Yeah, so that's not gonna try. Ah, okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. The biorecycles would break down all organic matter from waste to dead bodies each morning into simple organic compounds and mineralized nutrients, which the ship turns into N tabs. Nutrient tabs. Well, see, you say that, Croatia, but I think you're lying to me. Because my sneak is 4, and yet I was failing at 2s earlier. Oh, my steal is 1. Never mind. It all makes sense now. So, like, for example, I could do this. Ah, yeah. Croatia. Oh, that's going to generate noise. But I can do it. Oh, it's turn-based. That's wild. Oh, there's a person sleeping there. Okay. Let's do it. I'm gonna steal all their stuff. Steal everything. You're making too much noise. All right, time to bail. Time to bail. You made too much noise. No! Okay, hang on. What's the other thing? Quiet on your feet, but the moment you use your hands, boom, boom. Alright, let's try sneaking the other thing. Slip. A med pack and money. Nice. I'm gonna go and try to rob everything, though. Everything. Alright, rob that guy blind. Buying that. I also need to do one other thing. Just really quick. There we go. Okay. Now that we've got the extremely depressing music out of the way, I think I get it, Arcanum. Let's have something even more depressing. Look, I'm sorry. I can only take so much life is miserable music. Okay, I'll turn the music back on later. Just bear with me, please. This is actually from Bomberman 64. A game that is not all that great by memory, but had a banger soundtrack. Let's put this over there. Oh god, I played the crap out of that game, Blade Javal. It was pretty horrible. I never actually beat the super optional stage. Yeah, it's needlessly difficult. The controls are awkward, and the camera is awful. It's an isometric, like, action puzzler. Which is exactly as awkward as it sounds. Okay, so do you have a jacket? Oh yeah, it also had a great multiplayer mode. I mean, it's an N64 game. Of course it had a great local co-op. Hey, so who are you? I haven't talked to you yet. Not really. No, the thing that bothers me is when people use a comma instead of a period. That just throws me. Sorry, 1 second. So what can you do? She conjures 2 electronic modules. The casings are old and covered with rust and corrosion. The markings that could identify them faded away a long time ago. One's a C2110. C210 more. Worth 700 credits in the pit, 1200 in the habitat. The other's an L5. Common as dirt and just as cheap. Hopefully get 5 credits for it. If you're confident in ability to tell them apart, you don't need my help. I don't have anything worth appraising. Okay, so I'm not sure what that is, but we'll figure that out later. I have an idea. That's the Deckard Cain. Yes, Dragon Player. Okay, so let's get our sell on. So let's sell that, and that, and that. And one of those. And I guess that's it. Give me my money. Oh, yeah, give me that money. Oh, and also, I need that money, too. Actually, you know what I should have done? Hang on. Ah, damn it. This is before I rob the person. All right, hang on. Let's go rob the person again. I really want to get experience in robbing this person. That's all this really is. I really want to rob this person. There we go. And then get out. Okay. Scooch up here. Talk to the appraiser again. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay. Move down here. Save. Okay, so I'm almost positive it was $18 for that gun. $16, excuse me. All right, let's go to the gun guy. I'm almost positive I know the answer to this, too, but I like checking. How much you give me the gun? 16 bucks. Okay, so it doesn't matter who I sell to. It's just everyone buys the same. That's going to save me some time later. Boop. Goodbye. Oh, yeah. That's the music. That's the music that suits this place. So I need a brainwave disruptor. He stops stacking and unstacking a pile of loose microchips and looks at you with real interest. Earth-made relics come pretty dear these days, especially anti-riot gear. Ship authorities shot their whole load at the Buccaneers. Do you have one or not? Yes and no. Reaching below the counter, he produces a small metal globe, the outside of which is covered in intricate designs, suggesting a circuit diagram. Twisting it open, he reveals a hollow space in the center of its densely packed electronic innards. Needs a new core. I don't have one in stock, but I know one does. Heard this story before. The only place to get a replacement core is the factory. The easy pickings were gone before you were born, but I happen to come with information. Knowing precisely where they could be located, I'll send a man to fetch them for me. Goes by the name of Isaiah Davis. But the son of a gun is smarter than I thought. He cut to the cores using my tip, but refuses to sell them to me. He starts scrubbing at the lens of his left eye with a claw. Here, you want me, I want my 3 cores. Bring them to me and the disruptor's yours. Don't tell me how to obtain them. You obtained them because I don't care. Okay. We still haven't gone back to the MSQ this whole time. We're still in side quest territory. Is there like a difficulty? No, there is not. Alright. Oh shoot. Where the hell is this? Oh, this is about the courthouse. Okay. The what, Lenurth? Oh, so yeah, that's the courthouse up there. So I remember looking up here earlier when I was lost on the map. Main Street. 0 tolerance. Born free. Well, I actually don't know what you're talking about, Leonard, so that's news to me, whatever it is you're referencing. So I suppose the answer would be no. I haven't seen a JMS Battlestar Galactica. Maybe one of the comics, because I know JMS does a lot of comic writing. Hey, my electronics is up to 3 now. Nice. Excellent. How high do these go? You know what? They probably go to 10. What do you want to bet? My lockpick is already up to 6, by the way. Just, you know, from it. My steal. So I'm really good at lockpicking, really good at sneaking, and terrible at stealing. Save. Nice. Medkits and ammo. I'll take all of that. Thank you. I'll tell you what, I'm already liking having the stealth focus, aka the steal focus. Let's call it what it is. Manpower staffing solutions. Synthetic meat. 200 flavors. 200 flavors in one bite? Oh my god, look. It's totally the Earth. Welcome to the Old Earth Emporium. Where do you want to go, my friend? Do you want to walk the streets of ancient Rome, sail the 7 seas before they went toxic? Sail the 7 seas before they went toxic? What? Save the Earth from brain-eating invaders? Let's get to the part where you tell me what you're selling. Movies, just like in the olden times. You're looking at, you can fit so many movies in this thing. We're looking here as a fully immersive simulation, puts you smack dab in the middle of the action. Back before the mutiny, this magic box was a training simulator used to upload skill sets to a person's melon. Achieve in minutes would have taken decades to learn in the real world. Now imagine what this level of tech can do for modern entertainment. Forget about everything you've seen and done. I'm talking about the best damn experience of your entire life. Hold on. You have a machine that can load skills into people's minds like software into a computer? Sure can, if you have the authorization token. He's plainly frustrated by how insistent you're missing the point. Do you have such a thing? No, you don't. So why don't you take a load off and enjoy some of Earth's finest films instead? Hold up. Yeah, that's OP as hell. That's basically what they do in The Matrix. Although, something I always liked about the second Matrix game is there's an entire stage with which lasts like an hour, during which you learn Kung Fu. In other words, the idea is that you were going through that stage in the seconds that Keanu Reeves was connected to the machine. You know, because the brain goes faster, right? It was always an interesting idea to me. Anyways. But yeah, it's Skillsoft. Well, the ship authority kept a pretty tight fist around him, as I understand. They didn't want anybody to take a ride and come out a super soldier or nuclear engineer. I think the mutiny showed they were pretty much bang on the money there. So you need one of them things to access the fancy cognition protocols. Where would I get these tokens? Other than filling out a form in triplicate with the ship authority? No place. I mean, there's probably some lying around something here and there, but how bored would you have to be to go looking? Don't answer that, because I've already got a cure. How about a nice World War IV flick? It's about a crew of damaged hunter-killers forced to land in a pacification zone. Classic of the genre. Non-stop action. You're going to love it. How many world wars did they have? 5. Probably 6 or 7 by now. No reason to stop it. You got a good thing going, right? Which one was 4? Oh, that was the African War. The Nigerian Confederacy versus the Empire of the Congo. The Nigerians were subjugating their neighbors and calling it a confederation, while the Congolese were busy expanding their borders in all directions. Didn't take too long for interests to clash. Not surprisingly, China and Europe backed the Nigeria, their biggest trading partner. The Pan-American Protectorate and the Caliphate sided with the Congo, probably despite the European Federation, and take them down a notch. The rest, as they say, is history. Did we win? Well, after 3 years of fighting, everybody said they won. The enemy got to keep the north. Most of it was razed anyway, but we did liberate the south. What was Earth like before we left? Well, the Founding Fathers called it Sodom and Gomorrah. I wonder what they call this little slice of heaven. Do you think things were better before the mutiny? Compared to this, hard to imagine worse. Of course, if you listen to the Brotherhood, the ship was nothing but a floating prison before the mutiny. If you listen to the Protectors, it was Paradise Lost, so truth's probably somewhere in the between. Not that it matters now. Hold up. What's the Church say? The Church? They blame the ship authority for the collapse and the mutineers for the chaos, which puts them at odds with both the Brotherhood and the Protectors. The Chaplain General says the Church has been in charge. None of this would have happened, but I'm feeling he's talking about his plans for the future, not the past. Ah! Zoomed in. Zoomed in. Oh my god, they sell water. Triple filtered. Cool. Anyways, I'm gonna go. But yes, I have seen Battlestar Galactica, the only show I will call that. I have seen parts of it. I couldn't see the rest of it because it was too much for me. I couldn't deal with it. I need to raise my steel skill. God. I just need like just one skill in steel. Then I can start stealing and raise it to 2, and then 3, and then 57. I'll walk up to Lena Ruth and BAM! I guess I'll steal her guitar? I don't know. I don't even know how to answer that, Lena Ruth. Like, honestly, if that show doesn't bother you, then don't worry about it. That was way too much for me. I have a feat. I do have a feat. Yes. Good. Let's see. For my first feat, hang on. I've got a guide here. Prowler or Ghost is what it says I should take. That's going to be down in stealth, of course. So Prowler increases sneak by 5. That would put me at 10, by the way. Jesus. Or, Ghost, which reduces noise generation, and actions generate half noise. They're actually releasing DLC for that garbage, Pillars of Snow? Why? Don't answer that. I don't know, what do you think? Less noise or ridiculously increased sneak skill? Like, that's an insane boost to sneak.
I believe that'll mean we'll be capped at sneak, too. Just straight up capped. The other thing it says we can grab is Educated. Educated gives us 1 additional tagged skill and boosted experience. And the other thing we would tag would be electronics or speech. I'd probably go with electronics. I mean, we're not a talker, right? You see, that's what I was thinking, Sub-Zero, because cranking sneak to max sounds nice, but at the same time, we're going to be sneaking all the time, right? So we'll be leveling it normally, right? So yeah, I feel like Ghost would be better use. Or we could Edumacated, and I likes being Edumacationated. Just looking at what else it says in the guide here. It doesn't say much past that. Just double checking. I think we have cranked int. Yeah, all the way at 10. Obfuscate 5. Bloop. Let's see what else we got. I'm pretty sure we're going that way, but I want to see what else we got. So, more movement, more initiative, more AP on the first turn. Half cost of AP cost of reload, lockpick, belt, and inventory actions, and plus inventory. Stim duration's longer, death timer increased. Lone Wolf. So, Lone Wolf is exactly what it sounds like. Increase AP, evasion, initiative, crit, and that's it. Only if you're alone. Sarge increases just your party members' accuracy and crit chance. By the way, this feat right here is what you really crank if you're going to go with the talker build I mentioned earlier. And Lone Wolf is actually recommended if you're going with the Juggernaut build. I wouldn't do that. I want party members, but still. So, increased dodge, increased health, and crit resistance. Feats are... I do like how good feats are. One thing I don't like about feats in some things, 3rd edition, is when the feats are just kind of, like, not great. You know what I mean? When they're just a tiny boost to something, and it's like, well, that's barely even worthwhile. I like it when a feat is a nice, big, meaty improvement. Like, enemies' critical damage is just straight up half. That's a nice, meaty improvement right there. Alright, don't even get me started on chains. For those of you who haven't seen me do this, I like to get Cleave and Great Cleave in 3rd edition games, which has like 2 or 3 requirements, all of which suck and are useless. At least the way I play. Lol, and did he. Let's see. Ballistic resistance +1 when not in cover. Evasion and reaction up. Nice. On kill. 50% chance crit, 50% increased crit for the next attack, or on kill +6 AP. Nice. I actually do too, Pillars of Snow. Most of the 5th edition stuff is pretty neat. So max implants +1. There's Educated, which we are probably getting. Auto success on haggling checks, unique deals, and 25% discount when buying, and +1 initial disposition. Damn. Skill gain on science and stealth skills increased by 35%. Works retroactively. No, I agree. We're going to get Educated. I don't read the rest of this. Melee. So, reaction increased, graze increased, graze damaged increased, or warrior. Skill gain increased. By the way, all these are retroactive, which once again means they change the table, not give you a multiplier, which is a really good and smart way to do that. Accuracy +6. Evasion and accuracy +1 for every skill level. Jesus. Basher, so blunt. Blunt accuracy increased. Knockdown chance increased. Penetration increased. Bladed, accuracy increased. Carve chance increased. Aimed increased. What the hell does carved do? I get what knockdown does.
Gunfighter, so we've got reaction, graze damage. Skill gain, reaction, accuracy for every other weapon skill level. Master Blaster, good game. Energy weapons increase accuracy, crit chance, and penetration. SMG, accuracy up, graze damage up, penetration up. And that appears to be the same for each of the weapons. And the stuff I didn't read down here, which is Throat Slitter. Takedown AP cost reduced to 3, and noise cut by half. Takedown also increased by 10. Or Tunnel Runner. Moving costs 1 AP. Can use movement AP in stealth. Damn. Well, either way, we're taking Educated. I already said that. Wait, looks like we have another one. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, sorry, to explain that very, very briefly, what most games do, like the overwhelming majority of games, is if you take something that increases your experience by 20%, what it does is it adds like another little modifier every time you gain X that says times 1.2. And that's it. What this is doing is it has a chart in the background that says this is how much experience it takes for you to level. And when you take this feat, because it's retroactive, it switches you to a completely new chart, which has a different curve of the leveling curve of how much experience it takes. So that's how you can get retroactive boost for that, because you're on the new curve, as if you always were on it. Make sense? Like I said, it's smart. Oh, you're right, Von Falkenstein, I did. Well, now we can get Ghost, which I am going to take. So Ghost, we are an educated mastermind Ghost. Yes. Yes! Sorry. So we get to tag one more thing. I already said I was going to do electronics. I think I'm going to stick. Oh. Yes. So now we have really good electronics, computers, persuasion, lockpick, and sneaking. And we're working on it with our SMG and our knife. I think I might keep focusing on the knife for now. Him, well, he's there. All right, let's go. Let's go get some synthetic meat. All right. Show me a man of taste, I'll show you someone who's sick of ingesting end tabs. What am I selling? Real synthetic meat paste. Ugh, infused with old world flavors not seen since planet Earth. What would you say to a salty New Yorker? Or tomatoey Myrna Red? Or how about spring mix? You sell meat that tastes like spring mix. My friend, we do it all. He squeezes an oily, colorless substance out of a greasy tube, grubby tube, and rubs it between his fingers. See what I'm saying? 60% organic. Either eat it raw or stir fry it, Earth style. This is the closest you'll ever get to eating real buffalo, but the actual Earth animal never tasted half this good. Why? Because even the ancients didn't have our flavor infusion technology. He picks up another unmarked tube, squeezes a cyan-covered blob into a plastic cup. The Danish blue melts in your mouth. I gotta warn you though, close your eyes, you might think you're sitting under a tree by a river of water someplace, eating a blue Danish thing. Whatever that is. How do you... First of all, gross. Second of all, how do you make synthetic meat? Our starter cells come from fungal protein, a side benefit of the fungus infestation in hydroponics. We grow the cells in a protein-rich serum decanted from biorecyclers, which incidentally reduces the load on the ship's recycling systems while providing a steady supply of delicious, nutritious meat. Win-win. Biorecyclers are where dead bodies get dumped. Keyword is recycled. Don't dwell on what goes in. What matters is what comes out. Mostly purified organic compost, chock full of nutrients and minerals. I mean, where do you think end tabs come from? Hang on, we need to up the joy factor here. Let's find something a little bit positive. Still don't have steel too. I need to steal. Still don't have steel. Why don't I have steel? God, I don't have steel. There's so many people I could steal from if I had steel. No. No. Alright, I guess I won't steal from anyone today. Ugh. Okay, where the hell am I going? Yeah, no kidding, Von Falkenstein. Yeah, I like that, by the way. Jobs! Must own a gun. It's okay, I got 2 guns. Don't have enough steel. I need to raise my freaking steel. Do I know you? No. Okay, sorry. He's offering to pay 1,000 credits for shipment of algae. He'll pay Carlos 900 per case, but he's willing to throw an extra 100 for the delivery. If you can get a better price from Carlos, that's between you and him. Okay, so I have to spend 900 credits to buy algae from Carlos, and then I can sell it for 1,000 here. I do not have that much money. If only I could steal. Only. Hey, Melkor. I mean, 100 credits of profit ain't bad for what is effectively a cargo job. It's a low margin, 10%, but still, low risk and all that. Oh, I can enter a vent. Ah, my sneaky skills, my sneaky senses are going off. Spider sense. I don't know. Sneaky sense. I should infiltrate. Oh, okay. Okay, hang on. Oh my god, that's the cores. That's the actual quest objective I'm here for. Holy crap. Okay, hang on. I'm just gonna slip on over here. All ghosty-like. And we're done. That's it. Wow, I like being a stealth character. That's actually true in a lot of games. I mean, you're always going to be most overpowered when you're melee in basically every game ever. Like, think about Final Fantasy. You think, oh man, those big spells are so cool. No. In every Final Fantasy game, turning yourself into a chipper shredder is pretty much always going to be more damage per turn or damage per second than any other option. Yeah, there are exceptions to that, but not that often. It's worth noting in most cases you have to actually work at it to make that happen, too. Like in FF7, for example, Materia is really good at casting and summoning and all kinds of other fun stuff. Unless you set yourself up with Quad Cut, with, like, Quad Cut, Death Blow, Steel as well, and then the vampiric thing, I forget it. So you're like, wham, 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 and also wham, while stealing, which does damage, and also heals you the entire time. Yeah, it's ridiculous, the kind of damage you can do. I'm not even getting into stuff like Omni Slash. That's a whole other thing. But yeah, no, melee being more useful is one of the reasons why the 10% rule used to exist. You want your melee to do a little bit more damage because it is, frankly, harder to be a melee. If you're range, you're just sitting back like, yep, don't mind me. If you're melee, you're like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Alright, I gotta know. What's the jobs guy? Let's talk to the jobs guy. My sneak skill's up to 6. You know how to handle firearms? I know how to solve problems, if that's what you're asking. I don't need a gun to do that. Excellent. You're hired. Why do you think someone hires a gun hand? Either because he expects trouble or just planning to stir some up. Pay us 100 credits on completion, nothing up front. Are we in business or not? I did just save. Depends on the job, that's the problem. Everyone talks about margins, and they're stupid. Sorry, not you. I mean, like, investor types talk about margins as if it's the only factor that matters. And that irritates the crap out of me because it's actually good business to lose money on margins to increase overall flow through of customers and profits for other things which have larger margins, right? Like that's not even a basic principle. Or that's not even an advanced, that's not even an advanced principle of economics. And yet people are like, well, hang on, what's our margins? What's our margins in this other thing? How much money we're losing on the toilet paper business? Moving on. Let's do it. All right. The client is a fellow by the name of Trevor Chauncey, known around these parts as Chance. He's got a meet set up with the Granger boys to sell some kind of doohickey, and he's worried things might get dicey. If they do, you stand between him and a hail of bullets. Why's he worried? Probably trying to get swift and sell them some junk, gussied up his valuable tech. If I'm right and they see through his crap, he'll have a problem. And since he's his client, his problem's your appliance. All right, let's do it. Side quest in town. Hopefully someday I'll actually raise my steel skill so I can rob all these people blind. I just want to rob people! Let me rob you! Let me rob you! Let me rob you! Okay. Actually, yeah, Melkor Blade. A very common example of a lost leader. That would be great, Ed Diddy. Alright, I'm looking for a new hired hand here. Let's see. So you've got 6 years in development software. That's good. That's good. You've done a bit of SQL. That's good. I like SQL. We're going to be using that a lot. We need to overhaul a database soon. And it looks like you've got a pistol, which is trained with. You've only got a 3 skill in pistol. We're hoping for someone with a 5 in the pistol skill. Actually, wouldn't it be really cool and horrible if your stats were visible? Like someone could just right-click you in life. Nobody uses SQL. And just be like, oh, you've got a such and such in this skill and a such and such in this skill. Huh. Who knew? Okay. Already saved, so let's do this. Earl told me I could find you. Okay, yeah, you know what the job is, right? If anything goes smoothly, I make the deal, you get paid for doing nothing. That's what I'm hoping for, of course. But if the Grangers turn a weasel on us, you need to stand up and fast. Remember this, if I don't get paid, you don't get paid. What's the nature of this deal, exactly? Grangers want a control module for their towers. I happen to have an extra one. That's it. Let's do it. Now, it would be terrifying, wouldn't it? Yeah, what would right-click you in real life feel like? Imagine there's just this moment of, ugh. Like just that internal shudder, you know? Ugh. Now, hang on. What if you do it remotely? So, like, if you're watching me right now, and I'm just sitting here, I'm just getting pinged several times as people are checking out my stats in live. And I'm a small streamer. Okay, hang on. We're about to do some battle. You follow Chance to the outskirts of the pit. Out beyond the densely populated area, the environment ironically gets more orderly as the towering containers stack into countless perfectly squared rows. Nothing here seems to have shifted an inch since the ship left Earth orbit 1 million years ago. I don't think it's been that long. Soon you arrive with the only container in sight, a dull glow with a signaling a human presence. Sequel's actually interesting. I do need to... I've been thinking really hard about setting up an actual honest-to-goodness online database, and SQL is one of the things I've been eyeballing for that. Problem is, what I need is actually something that is more complicated than it's arguably worth doing, if that makes any sense. I might do it someday. I'm still chewing on it in the background. The idea in simplicity would be, imagine if when you donate, you get directed to an interface that says, where do you want to put that? And dealer's choice would be an option, and that would all get logged into a database that's just online. And that's it. Boom. That's where it happens. And no need for me to manually do that effectively twice a day. No need to use a script to pull information from a spreadsheet and dump it on the website. It would just be pulled from the database straight onto the website and all updated live and on the fly. Yes, actually, Melkaiser. Or Age of Decadence, if you've heard of that. 3 men stand silent above a portable heater, the ship equivalent of the Frontier campfire, minus the good cheer. Yeah.
The left side of his face is disfigured with gruesome, saucer-sized scars, like vicious sucker marks. From one of the rippled craters, an angry orange light of an ocular implant is doing the duty for a missing eye. You can't help but wonder about the tentacle that must have delivered that kiss. Everybody's heard stories, of course, but you felt better telling yourself they were exaggerated. Chance hurriedly yanks a Yesti control module from his belt bag, passes it to Scarface. The Granger glances down at it, no more than a quick take, and tosses the ground. What's the deal? Chance's voice fights against the tense. You want a tower control module? I bought you a tower control module. Now where's my money? I got crap to do. He cuts his eyes to you, both in naked appeal for support and to give himself a break from looking at Mark. Scarface isn't interested in Chance anymore, though. His implant's doing you a hard stare, and you're guessing it's doing more than staring. Judging by the design, it's military hardware, locked in and analyzing. No, I agree with you, Act. I've said it before and I'll say it again. There's no such thing as boring topics, only boring educators. That's obviously not 100% true, so that's an exaggeration, but you'd be surprised how many boring subjects can be made interesting. History is a great example. I know kids, both in the past and in more modern times, who have found history interesting when you convey it properly. Hell, I myself actually got really interested in history thanks to video games, thanks to stuff like Age of Empires and Civilization. Of course, I was a dumbass as a kid. I used to go to the library in my spare time and read because I was hungry for knowledge, and, well, I went to school in the States. And I used to read things like, I think I've said this before, they had books that just contained war maps from historical wars, like the Civil War, the American Revolutionary War, World War I, or World War II. And you could just read the maps, and they were all properly notated. Everything was fascinating stuff. Anyways, I'm torn here, because, like, I don't know, how many of them are there? It looks like there's 3 of them. 3 guys, I don't know. I mean, we saved, whatever. Let's try to talk our way through this rather than kill. The money. Best you don't make us ask again. He stares at me and then says, pay them. In response, all their men raise their guns. Great. Great. I should have just gone with it. Oh, that's great. I should have just gone with it. You know what? I'm going to reload that. Hang on. Let's redo that. So hang on. Let's go back here. So talking didn't work, of course. So, yes, 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 yes. Next. It's okay. This is functionally skippable cutscene, so we're already back. So, attack! Okay, much better. Alright, so. Evans, I want you back here. There we go. Yeah, we're stealther, not a talker. I'm a stabber, so I'm going to go up here. And then, Chance, what do you have? What do you have? A pistol. Jeez. Well, shoot. Let's get you at least a little bit of distance. Initiative's in the upper left there. You notice last time they all went first. Well, now we all go first. Alright, start combat. Wait, hang on. Assign feet. Ah, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, so. Evans, I got a job for you. Oh, they got a lot of health. Okay. Let's try a shot. Ugh, let's try another shot. There we go. Okay, pulled his AP down. Or his dodge, excuse me. I'm gonna go for his legs, too, I think. Let's try to stab his legs. Perfect. Now we're gonna go ahead and try for... Looks like they have armor. Let's try and push through that. No, that's gonna cost us 7, though. Do I have something that costs 6? I have something that costs 5.
Yeah, they've actually eaten meat in their lives. Can you believe it? Carve. On hit. Bleed. Let's try a carve attack, shall we? There we go. Oh, yeah. Now we do the 5 AP attack, which is over here somewhere. There we go. That one. Okay, now, Chance, you shoot me in the back, you will not live to survive that. I just want to be very clear about that. You do not want to piss me off here. Okay, you have very little AP, too, so I want you to shoot the guy who's bleeding. I want you to successfully shoot the guy who's bleeding. That's better than nothing. Alright, now... Ooh, oh, we're... Oh, okay. There's like no cover in here. This is awful. This is about to go really badly because they're about to have a turn. Just back off. Just straight back off. Yeah, get out of there, Chance. Okay, so I'm gonna get surrounded. I saw that coming. That's okay. Okay, I'm almost dead. Okay, I'm very close to dead. Very close to dead. Okay, I'm dead. Okay. Perfect. That's just fantastic. Okay, so let's kill him while we're here. Regular shot here. And let's scooch further into the corner there. There we go. Alright, Chance, I need you to scooch up here, take an oppie. Grazes. And I need you to successfully hit this for more than that. Oh my god, you're so worthless. Why are you so worthless? Oh, and it takes... Okay. And there's our last shot. There's combat in Disco Elysium, but not like this. Oh, yeah. This is why we brought Evans. I wish I could have stealthed into the situation, but I guess there wasn't really an option. Okay, so let's try to shoot his leg. Okay. Oh, that's awful. Okay. Alright. Yeah, he is turbo in cover, and I can't do anything about that. Okay. Whatever. Take the shot. And miss. And just keep going for it. Like, there's nothing else to do. Okay, so this is what we call bad, so let's go ahead and reload. Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't shoot the guy who's in melee. I can't shoot the guy who's in melee. Who has me boxed into melee. Okay. Now you can do that in mid-combat. I mean, I was the backup. I'm dead. Alright, cool. That's cool. Oh, yeah, this is great. This is going super great. Okay, this is wonderful. Actually, I'm print off. Oh my god, we hit him once. No!
Okay, we're dead. We're all dead. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh my god! It's like fighting a goblin at level 1. Miss. 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 Runner will die in 2 turns. Yeah, thanks, game. Let's go for the headshot again here. Miss, that's what it does. Alright, back to a regular shot. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, we hit him. We hit him. We hit him. Oh my god. Okay, go crowd that asshole. Get hit with a reaction. Get missed by it. Okay, cool, cool. Alright, okay, we got this. We just have to kill him this turn, or we're all dead. Do I have enough for a regular attack? Do that. Crit. And he used a stim. Okay. Well, that's gonna drag the fight on, which means I'm gonna die. Hi, TSB. Happy I'm about to die. I'm your host, about to die. I'm like... Whatever. Just go for it, I guess. Like, there's nothing for it. Yep. Gotta love it. I'm about to die day. It's one of my favorites. Ah, man, so close. He has like 4 health left. Well, he regened. Anyways, we're dead. Oh! We did it. We lived. With 1 turn left, we lived. It's over. The Grangers are dead. Miraculously, Chance is still standing, laughing uncontrollably. That was really, really lucky. That reaction shot is the only reason that happened. Oh my god. Runner has survived a close encounter with death with left him scars. Oh yeah, I read about this. Yeah, we have, they're still alive. Fell in combat 1 time. HP reduced by 1. But your evasion is up by 1. And your death timer is increased by 1. So it actually, it's weirdly... like, side grade beneficial to have survived death. Okay. Is there any way to heal that doesn't involve using med packs, by the way? If the enemy has a cybernetic implant, you can attempt to extract it after combat. They're old and have many previous owners, so you'll have to repair them, or if you want to use them, or you could sell them as is. If your skill's too low, the implant will be damaged. Don't forget to assign a biotech specialist in the party management. Biotech? I do think that's a plus, though. I actually agree with that. That's a cool system. So hang on. So let's do it. Yeah, I've been slowly making myself immune to death over time. Okay, so hang on. Combat. HUD. Put a question mark there. Put a question mark there. So the only way, just to be clear, the only way to heal is med packs or chapter transitions. And that's it. There's no staying at the inn. There's no talking to the doctor. There's no anything else. It's med packs or bust. Or chapter transitions. How many chapters are there? So we got core combat, HUD. There's a med bay. So I'm guessing that's money for healing at that point. I
mean, that's the norm, right? Okay, so we have 27 med kits. If I was to heal everyone right now, it would cost 6. Okay. So hang on. What does biotech take? Let me guess. It's a skill. Yep, right there, which I do not have. Sure, I'll put it on me. I've actually got pretty decent science skills in general, so who knows? So yeah, biotech, me. Electronics, me. Computers, me. Lockpick, me. Stealth, me. Sneak, me. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead. Take all this stuff. Just grab all that, actually. Is anything that's worth a damn? So I think that's the same rifle we already have. There's a disruptor core, so that'll be nice. A half mask, I'm gonna look at that. Respirator, boots. Ballistic vest, that might be nice. Machete. Nice. And the toothpick, we'll look at that in a minute. And the traveler's coat. But, let's go ahead and... So that requires 2. Which we probably actually can't extract that. So let's just... Yes, let's sell that for scrap. There we go, ruined implant. Now, here's the real question. Yes, that did actually give me biotech experience. That's what I wanted to know. Excellent. So, I'm on the verge of death. Let's save. Go back to Earl's. Let's see if he's about to stint me. Hey, I did your job. Well, I did what you asked. Chance is still breathing, which is more I can say for the Grangers. And they should have brought more men. Here's your money. I'm gonna break to drink that up because I got more work. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so medbay. Let's see how expensive this is, shall we? Let's take steel 4. I take steel 3. I need to steal! God damn it! I just want to rob everyone! Alright. Hi. I am here to not rob you. Are you the new doctor? I've been training in the healing protocols, if that's what you're asking. Right. Can you fix me up? 175 credits. Hang on. So how much does 6 of these cost? 150 credits. So it actually would be cheaper to just buy medkits? That can't be right. Oh, biotech increases the value. Okay, I'm kind of with it. So biotech makes medkits more useful. I think I'll go ahead and do the cheap option for now. Can you fix me up? Yes, please. Thank you. You step inside a metal box. Sorry, this feels like I have made an incorrect choice. I think the current music is appropriate for what's about to happen. You step inside the metal box and try to make yourself comfortable. A dirty display comes to life, flashing messages in different languages disclaiming all liability for manufacturing defects and requiring you to submit to any claims to arbitration back on Earth. Something stabs you in the back. The pain is unbearable. You'd scream if you could, but all you can do is gasp for air, waiting for the drugs to kick in. Suddenly the machine powers down. Well, crap, I thought I fixed that last week. Hang in there. The pain spreads everywhere, and your consciousness starts slipping away. Almost done, she says cheerfully. The machine powers up with a whine, instantly washing away the pain. Bone marrow extracted, generating stem cell prototype, starting blood transfusion. You step out of the death trap, swearing you never use it again. Notice you actually feel pretty good, better than good. Your wounds are gone, healed by old Earth's magic. You feel invulnerable, but for a moment. Okay. Well, again, it doesn't matter who we sell to. But hang on. Let's do some inventory management. The best thing in the world. Off-camera inventory management.